Traffic congestion on the nation's roads has been an issue for many years. According to JSC member Nigel De Freitas, a survey done by the Joint Select Committee on Land and Physical Infrastructure with 5,000 plus people found 89% of them chose to use their private vehicles, 0 to 10% either carpool, use maxi taxis or taxis, and less than 5% use the bus and water taxi service.
We then turn around to ask them, how long do they spend in traffic? 2 to 3 hours. So what does that tell you? It tells you that the citizenry of this country knows that when they jump into their vehicle to go to work in the morning, they're going to experience 2 to 3 hours of traffic. And they still choose to jump in their vehicles and go to work.
He said citizens prefer the convenience of getting to their destinations in their personal vehicles. Mr. De Freitas asked the stakeholders to explain what steps they would take moving forward to encourage citizens to utilize public transportation. But head of the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering at UWI, Dr. Trevor Townsend, said the traveling public has different needs that the PTSC or maxi taxi service doesn't always provide.
But to get that migration, you really have to understand that mobility as a service has to be managed. And the needs of the public, your and my needs, do not begin and end at City Gate or at the bus terminal. And therefore, our decisions are going to be driven by that.
Mr. De Freitas asked the stakeholders if legislation needs to be adjusted to incorporate more private sector modes of transportation. Acting PS at the Ministry of Works and Transport said there may not be a need for legislative change.
So I think within the legislation that we have, there is the capacity for that to happen along certain regulations. Even the issue you called Uber, but I know we do have some local rideshare companies or initiatives that have come up. As to their levels of legality, that may be another question.
The Director of Highways, Navin Ramsingh, said the Ministry of Works is hoping that by September, a park and ride pilot project would be launched along the east-west corridor and the north-south corridor. Mahalia Joseph-Wharton, TTT News.